Well, the economy has effectuated almost a complete recovery back to its pre-pandemic levels. The only sectors that are lagging at this point really are the ones providing person-to-person services, and they have particular problems that need specific solutions. But the broader economy has completely recovered. In fact, the biggest concern for the economy today is inflation, and pouring more demand into a supply-constrained economy is a recipe to create more inflation.
Aaron Wudrick, do you agree with Philip's analysis there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think inflation is the biggest risk. And I mean, there's a couple of other problems with all the spending. One is just fiscally. I mean, this government has consistently overshot the mark when attempting to provide support for Canadians. All the evidence shows that they have overcompensated people. So a lot of people are throwing money in the bank. They have a higher savings rate. They're using that to, for example, buy houses. That is creating other problems in real estate. And also in terms of incentives, a lot of the supports that were necessary maybe in March 2020, if they're continuing now, we're seeing a lot of employers having a hard time finding people who want to come back to work because there are a lot of people who are happy to take the benefits and stay home. And so I think the government has a problem here rather than sort of recalibrating their support to make sure that the money is going, there's certain sectors like tourism, which are still hurting. But as Philip said, most of the rest of the economy has recovered and the government should be sort of paring back its supports to reflect that.
Yeah, a couple of different things that we need to talk about after that initial conversation we've just had. First of all, inflation. The latest numbers for July were an inflation rate of 3.7%, and the basket of goods that represents that, 6 out of the 8 were in inflationary mode. Philip Cross, are you concerned about that?
Yes, and a bigger concern is, I hate to say it, but I think it's likely that Staccan has understated the amount of inflation. This is a really difficult time for Statistics Canada to be measuring inflation. Normally, just going out and surveying and taking prices does the job. But in this instance, what you have to take account of is the decline in quality, and in particular, the decline in service, that we have to wait an extra long time everywhere we go, and partly because, as Aaron mentioned, of the labor shortages. And that decline in quality is de facto a price increase. And there's really no way for Statistics Canada to incorporate that into its measures. So it's quite likely that the inflation rate is closer to what the Americans are seeing, which is a little bit more than 5%. So I think, 3.7% is obviously a very high rate of inflation as it is, but it's likely the actual rate of inflation is higher than that.
Yeah, Aaron, you mentioned this already, but inflation is partially being caused by the fact that there's a whole lot of money sloshing around from the government in people's bank accounts, and it's having an impact on the real estate market and supply chains and all sorts of things, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's a bread and butter issue for a lot of Canadians, right? I mean, it's one thing to talk about big ticket items like housing, but, luckily for most people, they're not in the market for a house. But for things like groceries, if prices for groceries increase, people are feeling that pinch every time they go to the grocery store. This starts to become a serious political issue that concerns a lot of Canadians.
Do you see this being part of the election campaign discussion?
I think it may be a sleeper issue. I mean, I think there's a lot of evidence that cost of living generally is something that a lot of Canadians are concerned about. And inflation is obviously what is driving those concerns. So I think this may become a hotter topic as the election goes on.
Yeah, I agree. I think the broader issue of how people pay their bills and what their expectations are in terms of their ability to do so in the future, that is definitely going to be an issue in the campaign as we move forward. We're only at the point of recording just in week 1, but look for that in the future. We are going to talk about the election a little bit later in this broadcast. We are going to take a short commercial break right now and get right back to these issues, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.